Hey guys, so it's me, Jeffrey, again. So this video is going to be something different that I generally don't do, and as the title says, it's basically like the concept of really fans versus really like fans versus bloggers and bloggers slash journalists slash critics and basically all that. So uh, so really this is just like my opinion on it. Like for me, like the whole concept of bloggers and critics are really highbrow versus low versus fans lowbrow has really been going on for a long time, like before the even before the Yeager cut and and the Snyder cut and and really that's what this video is going to be about. So like and so really if you think about it, like this whole battle slash war or whatever you want to call it has been going on, as I said, for a very long time, and and so much to and people today are wondering like why are critics so and why are critics and journalists not who don't like to listen to the fans, don't pay attention to the fans and all that. And really, if you really think about it, like I said, it's always been that way. It's just that with the Ayer cut, and the Alita sequel campaign, it just really does see it really. I think that's what really shed the whole light on this on the whole war of yin and yang, basically with with fans fans versus the highbrow bloggers slash critics, and the reason why that is, how I see it, is this. Basically, I believe that the reason why bloggers, journalists, and critics the fans don't want the fans to have their way is because they really don't want to be proven wrong, even for some people, even though if some people like or Jody Andy Signor or Jody's corner say, hey, change my mind, and to try to make it and try to make it to a gimmick. It just it they immediately like boot someone out, sometimes without even getting a word out. And like I said, like I'm a while ago, I actually do have firsthand experience of that, where Andy actually invited me to his Twitch stream to really try to quote change his mind on the whole Harley Quinn or Lisa Snyder cut shirt guy, and really try to take a positive spin on it. I was only able to say hi before before Jody immediately started going at me in a very angry tone and all that, and then and then Andy booted me out. So so there you go. And really, it just and really and for those who are wondering why I do name drop on my videos for for really the time being. The reason for that is because really I do want to shed light on people because I want them to know that I do want them to know that I am questioning them in person, and generally I just don't like the whole vague thing about like, oh, you shouldn't have done that. Like really I believe in in that tweet that I sent last night. I put at the end of the Twitter thread, I put bridges over rockets. Now, the reason why I said that is because I believe that really through dialogue and debates, that's really the way to that's really the way to go, especially when it's one on one. And so really and really like I said, I don't really know your point of view, Andy, or Andy and Joe Andy, like I don't know your whole point of view, but like I said in that tweet, you say you were mad that Ray Fisher blocked you and your burner account, and at the same time you and Jody made a response video. Made you Andy made a response video immediately, kind of without thinking. You were just very reactionary about it, and you were just really calling him, and you were really calling and you were name calling him live on your live stream with Chris and with that Chris guy and Jody, and you're still curious as to why he blocked you. And at the same time, you called him a diva. You essentially called him a liar, with really not even considering the evidence that is out there on the internet. You had Ray Fisher tweeting some recent articles about Buffy the you had recent articles of Buffy the Vampire Slayer cast and crew members actually helping raise case about him saying that Joss is abusive and all that, but either you simply choose to ignore that fact and just be on your way, or maybe you don't know that, or maybe you don't know that at all. Now, I'm not saying now. The thing is, I don't know how you do your job. I really don't. Because, and really, but really, if there's like a certain kind of rule book for you to follow, and you can't do that, then then you can really choose to quit. Because, and really, this goes to all journalists, critics, and bloggers. If you're going through like a whole thing with really like, oh, I can't do this because I had to follow the rules and all that, then why don't you just quit and go and do what I do? Go the YouTube route, and really that way you're not on a leash, you're not you can't listen to your boss, you're basically your own boss, and it just makes sense in that aspect. And really now for the Alita sequel, you have people saying it wasn't. You have some people saying that it wasn't successful because of the box office, be because it didn't make a lot of money. But at the same time, there was Captain Marvel riding the coattails of Avengers Infinity War to then bridge to Avengers Endgame. That that was going to make a lot of money regardless, and we know that. But here's the thing: like we don't live in a black and white. We don't live in the still world anymore where we could just see green, like we could just see money as being successful. Like you have the audience actually liking the movie, but not the critics, and that's really kind of like where I'm going with this. Like, then you have the audience like loves Alita Battle Angel, that they started the campaign for hashtag Alita sequel, which right now is, as I'm speaking in the U.S., is trending at number 2. And the thing is, like you're saying, oh, these are just fans wanting something so badly that they're acting like kids, and it's not like that at all. It really isn't, because you have movements like the Alita Army, which is their fan base's name. They're doing charity for prosthetic limbs. The 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 Aircut movement are doing charity for the military, and of course the Snyder Cut movement is doing charity for suicide prevention. And it seems like you're just completely ignoring that in that very aspect of it. And it really, like I said, it seems like it's basically what I'm saying. It's kind of like you're living in your own little bubble where you're the only one that's right, and you go to lawyers to try to help your case, and then you say and really going back to this whole Ray Fisher thing real quick, like Andy is like going through like lawyers and not doing the and not really doing anything at all, and is like saying why NDAs don't hide any abusive don't hide you talking about abuse and all that. But at the same time, with the Buffy cats coming out and saying very recently, like a few days ago, in fact, saying that like some people saying he was very abusive, very rude, and one of the cast members said threatened actually said that Josh said that no one would work for him. He and basically really threatened to kill him. So it's like with those the Buffy cast recently coming out. Obviously, when it comes to when it comes to abuse, like the NDA, you can't talk about that because of the NDAs. You and really like with this whole Ray Fisher thing, with people saying that they want details. Obviously, they can't say it yet. He can't say anything yet because of the NDA, which again was a which is which he needs to wait for the NDA to be over. Just like with the Buffy the Vampire Slayer cast, they came out very recently because the NDAs were done. Like I don't need to we don't need to wait for the end we don't need all the details for us to figure everything out. But it seems like with some people like Andy and Jody, it seems like they need their hand held with everything, like giving you the details, and then I'll make a choice. Like the Snyder Cut movement, we actually knew this stuff already, and then even Kevin Smith really hurt, even though and really even Kevin Smith, he knew that this whole thing that he heard about the abusive stuff, and really the troubling things that went on behind the scenes, and with John, and he said himself that someone told him that Joss was basically saw the Snyder Cut and bashed the movie with in front of the people he was working with. And really, it just seems like with that aspect, like really, people don't want to listen to the fans because they're just like, oh, it's just like, oh, you don't want to, you don't really get the behind the scenes politics at all. You don't do any research. Yet in this 19-minute, as of right now, in 19 minutes, I've basically been giving you mountains of evidence that no, we do our research. We do look at things from behind the scenes, and really that might work for the casual audience, and really that might work for the casual audience member, but really when it comes to people that actually do the research, like me, Prime, Prime 76, Subjective Reviews, Nerdy in Many Ways, and Abu Nas, Bill J, like Chris Wong, and and really and really anyone else like Will Rollins. I can go all day name dropping people that I know do their research, and this video would really be an hour. So really, but really this video is long enough as it is, so I'm not gonna go and name drop everyone that I know that does their research. And and really that kind of and really to kind of bring this to a conclusion, it really does seem like I said, it really does, like with all of these movements coming out and saying what they want, it seems to have shed light on the kind of yin and yang relationship between fans again and fans of kind of like fans versus bloggers versus journalists versus critic versus bleh, wow, messed that up. It kind of really does seem like it's like it with all these hashtag releases, Zack Snyder's Justice League now, a hashtag release the Yater cut, and the hashtag Alita sequel. It seems that had and really the bloggers and critics and the journalists have always have has really shed light on the whole thing of fans versus bloggers versus and journalists and critics. So yeah, this is no way a attack on it. Like I'm just pointing something out that was really already there in greater detail, and also for the journalists, bloggers, and critics out there, really, I'm just like questioning you. I'm not attacking you. I'm not doing anything negative or anything at all that is very aggressive or harmful to you. I'm really just questioning you on how you do things. That's all. So, yeah, that's the video, guys. Tell me what you think about it. And I hope this was a kind of a enlightening experience for people. And I'll see you, and tell me what you think, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.